Federal and state laws currently do not offer same-sex couples the same immigration benefits as they do heterosexual couples. KPBS Fronteras reporter Adrian Florido joins me to talk about his story on why LGBT couples say they should be included in the overhaul of the nation's immigration laws. Adrian, thanks for joining us here to talk about your story. Now, most of us know one fast-track way to get a green card is to marry a U.S. citizen. So how come that same action doesn't apply to same-sex married couples?
Well, it's because of something called the Federal Defense of Marriage Act, which is a law that was passed in the mid-90s, that for the purposes of the more than 1,000 federal benefits that apply to married couples, defines marriage as between only a man and a woman. So all of these benefits, one of which is the right to petition for your immigrant spouse to get permanent residency, these don't apply to same-sex couples.
How many married couples right now in the U.S. are affected by this?
UCLA researchers recently did a study analyzing census data from 2010 and found that there are probably somewhere around 40,000 couples affected by this. So we're talking about couples where one partner is a U.S. citizen, the other partner is an immigrant who doesn't have permanent residency. So they might be on a temporary visa, they might be undocumented, but regardless, they risk being separated by immigration law once that temporary visa expires, or if an undocumented person gets caught up in deportation proceedings for whatever reason.
And you heard about this firsthand in your story. You talked with a local married couple where they are at serious risk of being separated. Tell us their story.
Right. So I spoke with a couple, Jesus Rodriguez and William Wood. They met in Atlanta in 2009. Last year, William Wood got into a master's program here at UC San Diego. Jesus, his partner, moved out first to get a head start settling in, but on Labor Day weekend, he got caught up in a traffic checkpoint. Got arrested because he didn't have a license, and called his spouse, William, from the detention center. Turned out Jesus wasn't documented, was undocumented because he'd overstayed a visa in the mid-90s, but he'd never told William this. So now he's facing deportation, and they hired a lawyer to apply for a stay of deportation in his case. In the meantime, he's got a court hearing next month, but in the meantime, they traveled to Washington, D.C. to get married.
Okay, but the issue with that is same-sex marriage is not recognized by the federal government, so is that going to help them at all?
Right, so not immediately, right, but the reason, and I asked them this, the reason that they went to D.C. to get married was that they wanted to be prepared just in case, because they're hoping that one of three things will happen before Jesus is forced to leave the country. Either in an immigration reform bill, there will be a path to citizenship or some kind of legalization for the 11 million undocumented immigrants in the U.S., which would allow him to stay because he's undocumented. There would be language included in an immigration reform bill that would specifically allow same-sex couples to petition for their immigrant spouses, or the Defense of Marriage Act, which imposes all these restrictions on federal benefits, will be overturned because it's being considered by the Supreme Court right now, and a ruling is expected in June. So they're hoping one of those three things will happen to allow Jesus to stay before he's forced to leave.
The Defense of Marriage Act, that was back in the 90s, correct, when that was written. But since then, and even before then, these issues of immigration and same-sex marriage, extremely controversial. How likely do you think it is that any of this will actually make it into the immigration overhaul? Right,
so one of the big hurdles facing an immigration reform bill at all is the fact that conservative lawmakers may oppose it. Senator John McCain, who's on this bipartisan team of senators hashing out an immigration reform bill, addressed this issue recently when someone asked him whether LGBT immigration rights should be included in a reform bill, and this is what he said.
Which is more important, LGBT or border security? Huh? I'll tell you what my priorities are. So, again, if you're going to load it up with social issues, that is the best way to derail it, in my view.
So here he is saying, you know, social issues, but immigration is also a social issue.
Right, so what he's saying is that, well, that's true. And what he's saying is basically, this is already so controversial, and there's going to be so much resistance on Capitol Hill that if we add an even more controversial issue like LGBT rights, or an equally controversial like LGBT rights, then you run the risk of derailing any kind of immigration reform at all. There's going to be some hashing out that needs to be done in the next couple of months.
Losing everything. All right. Well, thank you so much for your report, and folks at home can see the whole thing on our website, kpbs.org. Adrian, thanks so much.
Thanks, Peggy.